Holy fucking moly, everyone. What a fucking day, hey? Jesus, Val. What are they thinking? I tell you what, this is absolutely proper hat on, sitting back in our nice little rocking chair kind of a day. Whew, what a day in the Counter-Strike market, everybody. It has, g'day to everyone who's waking up. G'day to everyone, welcome back. G'day to everyone who's lost a lot of money. And g'day to everyone too who has made a lot of money. Slightly different camera setup today. I've had to take a step back, take a different seat. I'm sitting here recoiling, rocking away because holy shit. This is feral. This is insane. What has happened is insane. So, for those that aren't already aware, which all of you should be by now, Valve's patch notes today pulled up retakes. And hidden in the patch notes, a nice cheeky little piece of information. You can now trade up coverts to golds. It was an April Fool's joke from McSkillet nearly 10 years ago. Wow, nearly a decade that was a joke. Now it's reality. So 5 coverts can be traded up into knives or gloves. It is from the collection that it is from the case that it's from, same as all the other instances of this. You have... There is so much to talk about here. Jesus, I could go on about this for a long time. I'll try and keep it reasonably short, but we'll see how we go, hey? So today, let's move you guys, hey? Let's move you guys because we need to talk about this. This is quite an interesting piece of information that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. There we go. All right, that should be a bit better. All right, how you doing over there? Hey. All right, so where do you even begin with this information now, hey? It's so insane what they've decided to do, what it's going to impact, and what it's going to mean going forward, why Valve would do this. There's just so much. It's hard to pin it all down at once. So let's do a good old fracas tradition and go for a ramble. Hey, how about it? We'll sit back, relax. No need to panic. We're here. We're talking about it. It's okay. Right. Whew. First off, prices have absolutely tanked for knives and gloves across the board. Prices for reds went up 10 to 100 times in a matter of minutes. Wild. So it took a while to have a little bit of a look at the numbers in the first couple of hours. Just so everybody knows, if every single skin, every single one was to be traded up to a gold, you would end up with about double the amount of golds that are currently out there, which means supply being the doubled, demand being the same, you're looking at prices hanging around 50% of what they were in the previous time frame. That's not going to happen. People like their skins, people are going to keep them, and you'll probably see the knives I think a proper retracement will be at about 70%, 30% down, so 70% of their pre-value will be left there. Saw some really, really interesting figures here. M9 bayonets, there was over 70 sold in like 2 hours on the Steam market, something that's been off the market for a really long time. That ties into kind of what Valve will be wanting. We'll get into that a bit later. My buy orders for knives kept on hitting. I had to cancel a whole bunch. There are quite a few people I know that have now spent 10,000 USD each just on some of these knife buy orders. Some people have done pretty well. Some people have done really bad. It happens. These massive, massive swings in wealth. So what have we got next? We've covered buy orders. Buy orders. If you want to be placing some buy orders now, I would be doing so. If I had some more spare cash laying around on a couple of accounts, might be a good idea to start looking at and buying some, putting some buy orders in for knives that have sort of bottomed out. With those buy orders, people were buying when they initially bought the skins for those trade ups. When I heard the news, I made a very conscious effort, got up to my computer very, very quickly, as fast as I could, to make some purchases. Really, that let me, so myself, I was paying 15 Australian, 20 Australian for trade ups. I ended up with a couple of butterflies, a karambit case hardened, a few other things that cost me $15 a pop. There were some other poor knives in there, but honestly, for the price that I was getting them at, that's fine. I do not mind that at all. There will be a good glut of money that will wash through this. See what happens. The traders that rely on all these skins, unfortunately, they will have lost a whole lot of money on what they have recently purchased. Any of them that will reverse their trades, absolute scum. Do not put up with that. That is not appropriate behavior for someone who has made a deal. All right, on to those people that stick to deals. Same for sites. Do not tolerate places that will reverse trades based on crap like this, because it's a volatile market. Shit happens. Same happened with EG. There are sites that reversed it. Don't tolerate it. Okay, so that covers a little bit of that. Jeez. Yeah, the prices that people were able to get stuff was insane. I've seen a few people that were able to buy $15 worth of skins and turn it into butterfly emeralds, butterfly gamma dopplers, butterfly rubies, sapphires, skeleton sapphires. There was so much that was being sold. It was absolutely wild. Is this the end of skins? No, absolutely not. This is not going to be the end of it. Valve, having had some time to process and think, Valve does have some reasons for having done this, and I think it's really important that we do address this. One of them being the Steam community market. Everybody knows Steam market. They take a few extra fees. If you're like myself, Steam fees don't matter. The end result is what matters. If you end up with more. So Valve, to some people will say that it was all for money, but keeping knives more accessible for the users is going to be a fantastic end result. You're going to see more and more people in your games playing with the skins that they enjoy and that they've managed to get. Awesome net positive. You're going to see skins cheaper on the Steam market. You're going to see skins that have gone off of the Steam market now starting to appear again. We're going to start seeing some liquidity flow through Steam community market again. Fantastic. Not relying on third parties just so that a skin can be sold. Wow. Well done. Honestly, that one of the best parts about this for Valve. Fantastic. Really, really, really good update in that sense. There is a flip side to this, where now people who have invested in this have lost a lot of trust in Valve. That is the nature of what this is. I've already seen there are numerous people who are saying it's time to de-risk, take a lot of money off the table, bring it back to just bring everything back, make themselves a bit safer. All right, that's what they want to make themselves a little bit safer, want to make themselves a little bit less exposed, and so now they're going to move some money around. Perfectly fine. Absolutely perfectly fine. If you have got such a risk in an asset that has been changed by update, which was a couple of lines in a patch note, wow, yeah, de-risk, go for it. It's great. We noticed cases and stickers and stuff dipping as well. People that have either lost interest in the market or want to buy on this dip. Some of the dip has been a bit, pardon me. Part of this dip has been a little bit excessive. So skeleton Dopplers, for example, went to about 400 Australian when they were around 2000. So there was definitely a bit of an overreaction there. There has been a lot of overreacting as people are waking up and selling all their stuff. I expect over the next few days there's still going to be a few good deals, but then the market will settle down and sort of retrace itself back. So my guess is about 70% of where they were pre-update. There'll be a bit of a downward period as people are liquidating, cashing out, trying to deal with their risk. That will happen, but in the long term, it'll be fine. There is a really confusing portion of this where Valve have just gone, what are you doing? We're looking at Valve going, what are you doing? You've introduced the Genesis collection, which has no golds, but now you've made it so that you can trade up to golds. What's happening here? This seems so counterintuitive to what they have been putting forward. I don't know. Smarter the people than me have had a couple of guesses as to what this is. I subscribe to the idea that there will be changes in the future regarding this. There will be changes in how Valve deals with their Genesis terminals if they'll introduce golds into the next one, leaving the current Genesis terminal to be a 3-cent TF2 style case that nobody wants to look at. That's a very big possibility. There will be... there's so much that could happen, and it's just so early to be able to tell what is going to actually happen, that doing nothing is often the best move. In times of this massive volatility, all these massive swings, oftentimes what you can do is nothing and you'll be okay. It's all right. Don't panic. No need to immediately sell everything and just get entirely out. It's okay. Take a breath. All right. With me? Good. Now, absolutely insane. What has occurred? This is probably the biggest skins update in years. Years. The last really big one was probably purchasable stars that just gunned prices down for stuff like Shattered Web and Broken Fang. That was insane. God, this feels like a very significant shift in what Valve is doing. Whether it's for regulation purposes, you can see where regulation could come into this. Where countries who couldn't necessarily open cases can still get their skit, who could still do trade ups, will now still be able to get their golds. But nothing's been confirmed from EU. So what gives? What's going on? Let me know. Let me know what you think. Please comment. Let us know. What do you think is going on? What are you doing? What are you buying, if anything? And what are you selling? Have you sold? Did you get crunched by buy orders? Did you make out like a bandit with buy orders? Let me know. But please comment about it. I'll interact. I try and interact with every video, but please let's have a discussion about it. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Get into the nitty gritty and figure out what is going on, because I don't know that much. I'm just a guy that talks at a camera. All right, with all this other shit in the background of it, like what? Piano, magic cards, and fucking board games and shit up there and all sorts of shit happens. But please, let's talk about what the hell is everyone actually doing? What are we all thinking about it? Because there are some positives, despite people thinking the sky's falling. It's not falling. It's okay. Again, take a breath. We'll be all right. There is so much I feel like I haven't even touched on yet in this. So, all else being equal, let's go into the value side of things when people are opening cases. Value side of things, golds in general go down, reds now move up, all the skins inside move up. Your case EV probably ticks up a little bit at this point with everything else, all else being equal. Prices inside of the EV inside of a case goes up, which will then push the case prices up as we do. I think usual is around 70%, 60% ROI, 70% ROI for most cases. Some of your expensive cases were down at like 50, so, or 40. Looking at you, Glove. Yeah, there's so much to look at in this update and speculate on and plan. It's insane. I'm fortunate. I've already previously in my other videos, you would know that I have removed some money off the table because I plan on doing some house purchasing. Happy days for me for that. Very fortunate there. But when it comes to the cases themselves, cases that are left, I still see them as going well. Openings are going to be good. We're not going to see that for a while. That's going to be something that's quite interesting. We're going to get some really wacky numbers over the next month, 1 to 2 months. We're going to have something very interesting happen. All of our CS float data that Frederick records is based off of coverts. So all of that case tracking data that we're going through for how many are being opened, how many are for each month, that's going to get wildly skewed. Whether it gets skewed up because people are just trading up to any covert that they can, or whether they just or whether it goes right down as people are just hoarding all of their own coverts, or they're just straight up being traded up before they hit a database. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but just know the next 1 to 2 months of data is going to be really, really different. Same for sticker applications. The numbers aren't going to be reliable for a little while until they even out and we can compare and contrast. From this date, it's going to take probably till Christmas, I would assume, to get a really good idea of what is actually going on numbers-wise and being able to compare it to previous data samples. Yeah, I think that covers most of it. If I've missed anything, if I've missed any important points, let me know. Hope you all have a beautiful day, and let me know what you think of being able to sit back, relax, rock in our chair, rock out as some would say, just have a beautiful little conversation. Thanks everyone.